maybe comment on the start of that hockey game. I know San Antonio, I think, had 7 shots to 0 for the Heat through the first 10 minutes. Maybe not the start that you wanted to get off to.
Yeah, I thought they had a good push out of the gate, and I didn't necessarily didn't like us. I just thought they were a little bit better, but shots are the shots. Like, it doesn't really matter what the shots were.
Troy, you guys had quite the game, but it wasn't the finish that you wanted. Can you just your thoughts on the game overall?
Well, I thought the game overall, to the first question, like obviously, our posture was a little back a little bit at first, but sometimes, your posture is based on other people's presence, so you got to give them credit. And then we kind of got our legs a little bit. We got going, and then to your point, like I mean, probably after the second and third period and most of the parts of the first, it might have been one of our best home games all year. Like, I mean, you give up 2 shots, I think, in the second and 3 in the third. And those are the games when I've been in this business a long time, when we were counter-punching in the first 7 to 10 minutes. In the rest of the game, we took it to them, even on the very first drop of the puck in overtime, and we're right down in their end again. So we were playing more in rhythm and style, but that's the type of game, whether in the National Hockey League or the American Hockey League, you're just hoping as a coach they don't get the one shot because that's the ebb and flow of the game. And so, I thought we had really second and third and parts of the first were probably 2 of our 2.5 better game periods all year at home. I was real happy with them. I'm real happy with our play. We didn't win, but I don't coach the scoreboard, so it doesn't really matter. Like, in the end of the day, you got to be proud of your kids and how they behaved and how they handle themselves. But the moment of truth, it wasn't there, and so one of the biggest differences in this hockey game was the fact that our power play didn't generate anything when it needed to, and that was the major cause for me of if I have any angst towards the game. I thought our power play as the game wore on was a non-factor. You can look at possession all you want and all the passes you want, but you have to create quality scoring chances and you have to get shots to the net, and we didn't do that very well. So I thought that was a difference.
Max finally gets that elusive first goal of the season. How happy are you for him?
Well, I'm happy for Max. I mean, Max is a brilliant player. He's got a great mind for the game and a great feel for it. He's got a good career ahead of him as a pro. And, when you come over last year, you remember he had such instant success, like right away, went in and scored 2 goals almost right away. And when you come back after summer training, you're thinking, oh, okay, this is going to all happen all over again. And now we're in the game 21, and he first gets his first goal. So I was happy for Max because that's a lot of weight off a young man's shoulders. And, for him, I'm happy. Like, it'll make him a lot better player.
Whereas he had to go through some different roles this season and, find his game, find his niche maybe with this hockey club.
Yeah, he has went through a lot of different roles. Max is, he'd be probably the first to say in an in-depth interview he's very frustrated, because he's young and he's immature. That's part of the process. That's not a slam against him. He's just immature. And so when you get to a new league at this level with the type of talent that's in the American Hockey League right now, the one thing that these guys don't have at that age is patience. Like, and we have to talk about it. But I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face with an athlete. And they have to go through the process. They have to go through this on a daily basis. And he's been through it. And he's very frustrated. I've used him in a lot of different roles. I've benched him. Taken him out of a game because of some things. So that's the ebb and flow of the American Hockey League and your growth. And very frustrating experience, I'm sure, for Max. But at the same time, it's a process that's necessary to become the best.
John, just talk a little bit about Roman Horak's play today.
I thought Roman didn't have a very good first period, but I thought that line, had a little chit chat after the first period, and then they seemed to get going a little bit. Roman specifically, I think, was a big part of Max's first goal. Like, Roman got it with his quickness. Roman has to understand that he has to play on his toes and he has to win races to pucks because he doesn't have a whole lot of oomph behind him. There's not a lot of weight and there's not a lot of jam there. So in order to play well at this level, like, he's going to have to count on his feet and win a lot of races, because once it's a tie, like, Roman's going to fall on the latter side of a lot of ties. That's just the nature of who he is. So I thought he had better jump in the second and third. I thought he got more aggressive, but that was a mental state. That wasn't a physical state. That's there every day. It's just we changed his mental state.
Anything else? Just gonna ask Troy quickly. I look at San Antonio's record, and they're near the bottom of the Western Conference. But they've played you guys tough in 2 games now. I mean,
Yeah.
do you feel like they're a last place team?
No, I don't feel they're a last place team, and nor do I feel we're a first place team, to be honest with you. Like, they go hand in hand. Like, that's a good hockey team. Like, I'm going to give our guys credit. Don't take me the wrong way, but our team character and our system play is somewhat impeccable at times. Like, we saw that in the second, third period. Like, if we get on top of our game and we get aggressive with our toes, like, we're a tough team to play against. But this is a bigger team than we have, and it's a team that started slow last year. So this is a team that will finish better the second half. And us along the way have got to be smart about how we develop our team, because if we don't, the size and the girth of the two teams is a little bit lopsided at this point. So those big guys will be much more of a factor the second half. So that's part of the, we're fortunate and we feel good about where we're at as a team. I'm really proud of our team, but at the same time, it's not like a fourth place team versus a first place team. Like, when you put them out there, like, things are fairly equal in a lot of ways, but, still, to our guys' credit, I'll give them credit how hard they battled and their posture. Like, we play with good posture, and when you do that, you give yourself a chance to win.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.